Hey, Witchy School of Wisdom peeps, how are you today? Madam Z here, coming into you live from the magical room of the Witchy School of Wisdom. And I just want to do some kind of technical checks before we get started, so you have time to go grab some tea, some coffee. We're going to be here for about a half an hour or so, talking everything divination. Today is Divination Tuesday, so yay for that. One of my favorite things to do. So let me make sure I am live in the group where I'm supposed to be at. And let's see if I can pull up comments on my phone. I am using a new platform today, so it's kind of a testing phase for us and see how this goes. I'm kind of digging it. But let's pull us up and see if I can see the comments on the page. So if you're here live, welcome live. So glad that you made it. And let's see what's going on, if I can see some comments. Give me some hearts up, some thumbs up, some hells yeah if you were here live, as I try to see if I can see comments today. If not, I will have to go back and look at your comments. So while you're typing in the comments, let me see what's going on. All right, I think I can see them through here. I got to click on the comments. It's a little bit lag, but that's fine. We are good. Hey, Jenny, thanks for joining us. Jennifer's here. Thanks, Jennifer, for joining me. Lindsay's here. Hey, hi, Lindsay. Morning. It's afternoon here, and I'm in Austin, Texas. I got to fix my chair. So thanks for joining me live. See who else is coming in. Freya's here. Hello, Freya. And your comments should be coming in shortly. So it's just a little bit of lag time, but no worries. So how has everyone been? I just got back from vacation. I've been about a week off. So you've probably seen some posts, and you've probably seen where I've not been so active in the group because it is that time of year for me. It is Yule season. So this time for us, I usually try to take off some vacation. Usually it's a 2-week vacation, but this week, this year, we just decided to do a 1-week vacation. So yay for that. So I'm starting to get back in the groove. I'm starting to get things running up for 2020. You will see rebranding coming up. You'll see new platforms coming up. You will see things that are no longer serving me and my business disappear and transform into another platform. So big things popping for me in 2020 and for you also. So make sure that you are on top of what is going on, because it's going to be coming super, super fast. So I enjoy everyone who is here. I missed you guys tremendously. I was on the boat in Mexico. And let me see if I can get my comments to come up. I don't know. There we go. We got some hearts. So I missed everyone. Welcome that I'm back. So let's go ahead and talk about divination, because today is Divination Tuesday. So type in the comment section below what your favorite divination tool is, because today we're going to talk about the different types of divination that are not so well known. Today I have my favorite cup, one of my favorite cups. I am a coffee cup junkie, and I'm just having regular coffee and cream today. So we're going to go over some different forms of divination, more than the usual types that we are known or connected with, and they're well known, such as like tarot, pendulum. I'll go over those, but I'm going to talk about some lesser known things, divination tools, that I want you to start dabbling in. I want you to start looking at different tools and different ways of looking at things and using different tools besides tarot and pendulums to just really round out your whole divination kind of toolbox. Okay. Hey, Shireen, how are you? Thanks for joining me live. So if you type in your favorite divination tool, and like I said, it's a little bit of a lag, so I may have to go back and comment on what the divination tool is that your favorite one is. Let's go over the ones that are most well known, and everybody should know that. Everybody should know I'm a divination diva. Really, I love anything that has to do with divination. Let's see. I have a whole bunch of stuff over here that I'm going to pull out. Jennifer says she adores her mermaid tarot cards. I saw that deck when it came out, and I was curious about it. I'm not really connected to mermaids or unicorns, but it's a whole new wave, pun the word wave for mermaids, that they're up and coming. So I'm like, the unicorns better watch out because the mermaids are about to take over. They're about to shine. Everything now is about mermaids because we are in the age of Aquarius, which has to do with water and flow and intuition and really diving deep into your subconscious, which has to do with water and cauldrons and female energy and mermaids. And sirens are a really cool one if you want to look at sirens and mermaids. But they are up and coming. You'll see all kinds of cool stuff about mermaids now. So I'm like, the unicorns better watch out. Jenny's a sea witch now. Yes. I was surprised when I went on the cruise how much I missed the water. I am not a water person. I don't like water. But I was like, oh, I don't want to go to the beach. We didn't really spend a whole lot of time on the beach when we were there. We spent a lot of time on the balcony. But the water, it was so soothing to me. I've missed how much I enjoyed the sound of the waves, the colors, the sea salt, the spray, everything that has to do with cleansing. I totally missed that. And I was surprised how much I really needed that healing because I'm not, like I said, I'm not a water person or a mermaid person, but we did see a shitload of dolphins in the bay that we were in Galveston, along the ships, along the tugboats. So there are pods of dolphins all over the place, and they were hanging out with us. So we had a really cool time being by the ocean, by the sea, and really not doing anything other than just releasing and receiving. So it is very important that you get near water. I tell my clients that all the time. Although I need to take my own advice a lot of times and really just spend some time by the sea, I forget how cleansing it is and how sometimes you just need to let things go and just be in the flow and let that water and the energy and the mermaids and the seahorses and the ocean and the seashells and just speak to you. So it's important that you do that. And I forget for myself in my magical workings how important it is to actually do that in your practice. So let's get started on the very first one. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I was like, where is it at? Everybody should know. Everybody is familiar with tarot cards, right? Everybody is familiar with tarot cards. And I'm looking at comments. So everybody's familiar with, the normal tarot cards, tea leaf reading, coffee ground reading, that kind of thing. And these are just basic tarot cards, right? There's nothing fancy about these. This is the Rider-Waite system, the 8 of Cups. Ooh, I picked a whole bunch of crazy cards today, right? 8 of Swords. Everybody's pretty much heard of or familiarized themselves with. Let me turn these upside down. Let's get some good cards up here. That's a good one. With the tarot deck for divination. And like I said, I'm a master diviner, and I will be teaching a 3 or 4 day workshop on the Divination Tools in Austin, Texas. And that is coming up in the spring. So everybody's familiar with tarot cards. They've played with them. They've at least seen them. They've at least know what they are. That is one of the most well-known tools of divination is tarot. The next one, let me check up on comments and see if we have anything that's come up. No, not yet. So the next one is pendulums. And this is my trusty pendulum that I use. Try to get that. This is my absolute favorite pendulum. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Maybe not. Focus. But this is my pendulum that I use. There you go. And it has a chakra system on it. So another well-known form of divination is pendulum. Everybody's heard of this. Everybody's basically at least used it. And you use it for yes or no questions. You can use it for Ouija board. I have a Ouija board back there that you can use it on. You have divining mats that you can use your pendulum on to give you yes or no answers, to give you spell out words, to give you dates. The pendulum mats are very, I don't think I have any. I sold all those actually at my last event. So I don't have any pendulums or pendulum mats available. So as I will show you those. But the pendulum is a very easy tool to use. It's very straightforward, yes or no. It can give you really strict answers, right? You're like, I don't want to interpret anything. I don't want to learn anything, new tool, new divination meanings, symbols, signs. I just need a yes or no. So the divination tool of pendulum is really super easy to use and super easy to pick up. Does anybody use pendulum at all? So type in the questions if you use, type in the comments if you use pendulums. Okay. The next one that we are really kind of not familiar with, you may have heard, but a lot of people don't use this a lot, is wax divination. Now you can do wax readings, different kinds of candles. You can actually read the jars. You can read the smoke. Another one is smoke divination. We'll talk about that. Flame divination. But candle wax divination is when you actually burn the candle and let it just completely burn down. And you read signs, you read omens, you read symbols, you read how the flame flickers, you read how it burns. Is it clear? Is it not clear? Is it making a lot of sound? Is it crackling? Is it strong? There's a lot that goes into candle wax divination. So let me see how steady this is. Trying not to break this one. This is a candle wax divination that I did. I'm trying to fix that for you. And it was just a green candle that I burned down. And it is in the shape, burned in the shape of a scorpion. So this was like, I'm going to protect you from whatever bad shit is going on, right? So I love this one. So what you would do is you actually look at shapes, okay, that are formed while you are doing wax divinations. And I'm not sure if I can show you or not. But in the wax divinations, you will see all kinds of symbols, especially around here. Around here. You will look for omens and shapes and flows and all kinds of cool stuff that is in it to get your answers. So wax divination is another form of looking at the future, looking for answers, looking at connections, looking at subconscious activity. So the wax, I think that's a pretty good shot. The wax divination is an unusual form of divination. Does anybody see anything? If they see anything, just type in the comments. of things that you see. So wax divination is another form of divination. I love wax divination. I love the actual ritual of it, lighting the candles, putting down the herbs, actually spending time with it, reading it, listening to it, connecting with it, asking it to give you messages. It's more interactive to me than it is. I love tarot. I will always love tarot. But with the candle wax divination, you can see things progress as it melts down. It gives you all kinds of answers to your questions, and all kinds of symbols will form. So I just love the interaction of candle wax. So let's move on to the next one. Charm casting. Has anybody ever done any charm casting? I love charm casting. So this is the red rope that I use to cast charms. Okay. And I'll be teaching all of this in the course, in the workshop that I'll be teaching. And it comes in, oops, I put it back in here so you guys can see it. I put everything in a little bag. You can put it in any kind of bag that you want to. This one has just a regular white bag. Okay. And it's full of charms, as you can see. I'm hoping you can see that. It's full of charms. So each charm is assigned a meaning. And I will show you some other forms also of divination tools. So this is the dice, and you can use this to actually throw to determine the actual weeks or months, or it's used to do timing. Okay. So you can pick out any dice you want to. I like this dice the best for this one. And then we have shells, curios. We have a symbol of a bird, which is usually peaceful, or an olive branch offering friendship or offering some type of reconciliation. And then for me, I have a green one and a red bead. Red means stop, and green means go, move forward. And then I have a skull, which means death or stop or ending, right? And then I have a feather, which means messages. And I have a wheat symbol, which means harvest. You can see that. So as you can see, you can build your charm casting, and what you do, it's almost like throwing the bones. And I will show you my bone set that I use for divination too. But you just cast it, you just hold it up, cast it, and just throw it out. And you read it from the different quadrants. And I'm teaching all this in the class, the workshop that's coming up in Austin. So if you want to come to Austin for a 4-day weekend divination, I welcome you. I'll be posting that. I think there is oh my gosh, an event already scheduled. So I'll be teaching all of that. So this is my bag for charm casting divination. So that is another unusual form if you guys are into like throwing things or casting things, or you want more interactive stuff. I love the charm casting. Let me catch up on comments. Jennifer's, yeah, I need an opalite pendulum. Ah, I need to learn more about it. Yes, I love divining, all different tools of divining. Hey, Shelly, thanks for joining us. So the next one you guys should be familiar with, I'm just going to go really fast with this one, is the runes. This is a Futhark, older Futhark runes, and I'm not going to go too much into these because everybody should know these. But these are a set that I purchased. I love that sound. It's one of my favorite sounds. And this is my Bloodstone Futhark set. And you kind of cast them the same way. So this is more like tossing or throwing. And these are the symbols. These are the Elder Futhark. These are Norse runes. One of my favorite rune stones for birthing new ideas. So these are rune stones. I'm not a rune master. I know these as far as I have studied them. I don't connect with them. I use them a lot for spell casting and for anchoring myself to the reading or representing an action or a energy that I want to bring in to my life or to the situation. And I just have them in a bag. Okay. And that is a rune set. Does anybody here use runes? I know a lot of people do. Let's close my bag. If you use runes, let me know. How do you learn what the runes mean and how to read them? There's amazing books out there. There's amazing teachers out there. I don't teach on runes because it's not my favorite divination tool, and I only do things that I love at this point in time in my life. So I can post some links to some books that I like. There's all kinds of different things out there. I know different learning tools out there, different authors, different books, and I can post the ones that I like the best. I know in the Witchy conference that is coming up in Seattle that I'm going to be a part of, there is a wonderful person by the name of Rune Walker who will be there, and I believe he's going to be teaching on runes. I'm not sure if he's going to be, but I know he's going to be there, and he is kind of the rune master. So you may want to reach out to him, and he may have courses or classes or something that he teaches on learning the runes. So not my forte, and I don't want to teach it. I know about it. I don't know. I don't connect with it enough to teach. I connect in other ways, in other tools that I am teaching on, and I love to teach on. My tarot course is always my #1 bestseller for divination. But my divination weekend is coming up, and we're in spring, and we are going to be doing these kind of unusual forms of divination and how to use them in your everyday practice. Because a lot of times, you master something, right? For like, I master tarot. I can pull out any card. I can read anything. I've been doing it for years and years and years. Been reading on hotlines, clients, psychic fairs, all over. I had clients all over the world, doing it for many years. But sometimes I'm like, I want to learn something else. So this is why I'm teaching you the different forms of divination that you could do to actually look at different things and different tools to bring together. An interesting thing that I do is I do what I call a divination mashup. I will lay tarot cards down for a reading, and then I will do some charm casting on top of those tarot cards. So it gives you different layers of your questions, your answers, your tools that you need in order for you to get a deeper, better reading. So you can layer your divination tools on top of each other, and that's what I do a lot with my charm casting in my tarot. And runes and all those other things is just learning the systems that are different cultures, different type of energy, things that really resonate with you that you can add together. Okay, let's hope that helps. Let me refresh the page. See if you have any more comments coming up. All right, so now let's look at something that is super unusual too, and they're called Ogum runes. And let me get those out for you. This is my Ogum bag that I use to carry them in. And it's a pretty big bag. And you can like shake them and put your hands in there and find them, pick them out. And let me pull some out so you can see what they look like. And these are made out of wood. And I have one that are made out of like popsicle sticks, and I will show you those too. So if you don't have any sticks and you don't want to carve any of these, you can actually make them out of popsicle sticks, and I will show you. And these are just Ogum sticks, and these are the symbols that go along with Ogum sticks. And these are just, I think they're willow. These are willow. And they are just sticks with symbols burned in them. And you throw these the same way. And every symbol has a different meaning. So you kind of read them the same way. As you can see, every symbol is different. So they have different meanings. You read them as a set and how they land, how they connect with each other. Are they touching each other? Are they far away from each other? What are your obstacles? So those are the Ogum sticks. I love that one. And that's a different style of divination. Now, if you don't have, you can make your own. You can go pick out some wood or some sticks. You can carve them. You can burn them with wood burning tools. But I'm going to give you an easy way to get started until you find the wood that connects with you. Or you can actually, it's a Celtic kind of Norse thing. So look at the wood that is associated with your birth date. And those are traditionally the kind of wood that you would use these with. My birth wood is willow. So I try to do everything with willow because that is my birth date, my birth wood. So get some popsicle sticks. Okay. These are kind of different. These are both runes and Ogum. But you can get popsicle sticks and you can just write the letters on there. The symbols, I mean. And what they mean. Super easy to make until you can devote some time to actually harvest the wood and actually have time to make them your own. So popsicle sticks are really super easy to get, super easy to make. And that can be your rune starting set or your Ogum rune starting set. So that is my Ogum rune set. Great for divining also. And let's look at the last one that I have. Oops. And the last one is a little bit controversial because it has to do with animal bones. And people freak out when they touch animal bones. Not me. I love them. This is, let me look at the comments. Perfect. All right, so this is what I call throwing the bone set, right? Or throwing the bones. And this is my bone set. Now, I just picked up this basket in Mexico, because I was looking for some place to house my runes in. So I picked up this beautiful basket to hold my runes in, and it opens up with the lid. So that's where I will keep my runes at. And I keep it in a velvet pouch like this. And then I will, let me undo them. And as you can see, you can hear them. And And I will throw them into the basket. Make sure one comes out. And right now they look like this. You can see them. Right? And I will run my hands over it, or I'll put them in there and shake it up, pick some out, however you want to do it. There's many different ways to do it. So let's look and see what we have in my bone set. We have some coyote teeth. And these all have different meanings. We have a, where's that? A raccoon penis. And these are all real bones that have been ethically sourced and cleaned. We have a thimble. We have a antler piece. We have a little jawbone. Let's see what else we got. We got some snake vertebrae in here. Let me pull those out so you guys can see those. They're teeny tiny. These are snake vertebrae. And you use these to actually separate where they land at. Is you're going to read those little charms or bones in that little section. You're going to read those together. So these are just kind of like markers or stops, right? Those are just like, you need to read those together. And those are some more bones. We've got some other bones. Where it is? It's a little cat vertebrae. Cat vertebrae. Some other bones. We got my crystal, which of course we always have a crystal in here. And we've got some seashells. Right? Cowrie seeds. We've got some charms. So the bone set is, this is the small set. This is my beginner set that I start all my my students out with. You can have tons and tons of other bone sets, and you can add to them. But with the throwing the bones, you do the same thing. You just toss them on the mat, and you read them in different sections and how they touch, how they are together. Are they in a clump? What does that mean? Or is it in the past, present, future? Is it in the spiritual realm? Is it in the earthly plane? You read all of these differently. And everyone has a meeting, and here are some of my bigger bones I have. Oops. Here's some of my bigger bones, if you guys can see those. I'm not sure if you can. Maybe? Those are my bigger bones that I have. And how they fall, if they were upright, if they were, it's almost like tarot, where you have one that is reversed and one that is upright. You read those kind of like the same with that. And here's my little shark's tooth. So that is throwing the bones. And I'm going to be teaching that also in the course coming up in Austin, Texas. So, and everybody will get a bone set so they can actually play with one. So lots of shells, lots of curios. I actually have a coffin nail that goes in there also. So these are some unique forms of divination that I really want you to start looking at and start incorporating into your tools, into your toolbox, your divination toolbox. So anybody have any questions about the unique divination tools? Does anybody have any questions about what they want to learn? As I put my bones back into my bags, I don't want to lose any of them. if you are watching the replay, make sure you hit hashtag replay and make sure you answer the questions that I have asked, and I will answer them. Divination is one of my favorite tools to get answers for your questions, whether it is questions for the future, are you on the right path? What is the situation at hand? What is the energy that I need to be aware of? Do I need to make changes? What are my blocks that is stopping me from living my highest potential or reaching the goal that I want? What do I need to focus on? I love using divination tools, all forms. Make sure I got all of them out. So learn some new divination tools, get outside of your comfort zone, learn something new to incorporate into your witchy lifestyle, into your divination toolbox. And I invite you to really learn something new, especially in 2020. 2020 was going to be an amazing year for us. So let me see if there's any other comments. I don't see anything. So that is it for me. I am going to try to go live on Wednesday. Don't forget that the 12 Days of Christmas and Christina's group is coming up. I am doing that presentation on Thursday. So thank you for joining me live for the people who are here. And if you are watching the replay, hit hashtag replay for me, my sisters, and I will answer your questions when I get to them. All right. Witch on, my sisters, and we will see you later in the group. Bye.